All right, perfect. So, hello, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are located. We're happy to have you on. If you're a current onboarding customer or if you've been with us for a little bit and need kind of a refresher or more info, we're again so happy to have you on and we appreciate you taking the time to join us today. For those that don't know me, my name is Veronica Rodriguez. I'm one of the onboarding specialists here at AutoOps. And today, what we're going to dive into is going to be some of our general settings. But before we get started, I do want to touch base on some of our resource center that we have available on each page here on the dashboard. So each page here will have a little question mark that has the help button. We can click on that. And if you ever need to contact us, you have the option to dial us. This is our support email. Or if you need faster support, you can also live chat with us. Right below here, we also have our resource center, which includes a get started with AutoOps step-by-step onboarding. So it'll give you guys the option to go over a tour of AutoOps, some general setup, which include the shop info, users, notification, partner apps, and more. We can also look into your AutoOps availability settings for whenever customers want to make any appointments. And then, of course, we have our scheduling tool that you can customize and tailor it to your shop. Aside from that, we also have a support section here where we have some few articles and guides that will help you go through anything specific that you might need help on. We also have a video library which has some training and support videos. We also have a tutorial video on each page of the dashboard. So if you guys ever need to refer to those, there are going to be on the upper right-hand side of every page. And then we also have our AutoOps user network on Facebook. So if you want to join us, please feel free to do so. And then tutorials here that are more specific to some of our features, how to add AutoOps into your website, how to add users, how to customize your issue tree, and how lead management works. Some product updates that we have in here too. We're always launching new updates, so please feel free to stay up to date on this section just to keep up with our new updates and learn more about them. And then events. So we have webinars every week. If you want to sign up, this is the page that you can do so. And then if you missed some of our past webinars, they'll be available here that you can watch at any time. And then if you're interested in CRM, we are merged with Steer. So if you're more than welcome to schedule a quick demo with us and be more than glad to have you on board. And then we also have a chat box here on the right-hand side. Feel free to leave a comment if, we have 8 people here. So please feel free to leave your name and shop just to be sure that the comment box is working and just to, say hello. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to go over today, as I said, is going to be some of our general settings. So the first page that we're going to dive into is going to be our shop stats. So a couple of things to break down here. If you're a single location, you'll have a little bit of a different view than one with a multi-location, which I will dive into that in a second. But we'll begin here with the source dropdown. So over here, this will gather all the data from, in this case, your website, dashboard, Google button steer, Google ad, Facebook ad, and any other platform. So if you want to get data specific to one of these platforms, you're more than welcome to select that. Otherwise, we can keep all sources that'll just gather all the data from all of these platforms. Start date. So if you have a date range that you'd like to get specific data from, right here we have from 12/09, so December 9th. If you want to, let's say if we want to look at it from the beginning of the year up to the most recent week, which would be the 9th, which would be this Friday, we can leave it as is. And then we'll get some numbers here. So we have totals, new customers, and after hours. Totals here is going to be the total number of appointments and leads that come through. For those of you that don't know what leads are, those are going to be the people or customers that go through your scheduler. And they go through each step on the scheduler, but for whatever reason, they're not able to complete the appointment. So all that information that they enter will be saved and they will be classified as a lead. For appointments are just going to be those that end up booking the appointment. Most of them are going to be existing customers. And for new customers, we do have this tab here. So same thing, we can get the information on new customers that come in and then new leads that come through as well. And then after hours, these are going to be the customers that make any appointments during after hours, whether that would be throughout the weekend or after your shop closes. So that number will come up here. Then below here, you're going to see we have some different charts that will help us understand more what these numbers make up. So per week, so these are going to be the bookings and leads that come through every week. So as you can see, whenever I customize the date range here, I started from 1/1/25 all the way through the most recent week. So we get information on each booking and lead that came through from that week of December 30th through the 5th. All the way through this current week. And if you would just want to, focus on just the bookings and not leads, you can also always click on the leads part here and it'll just show you all the bookings, or vice versa. If you just want to, focus on the leads, you can just check on bookings and it'll give you just the bar graph for the leads. And then here we have two pie charts. So we have by source and by weekday. For by source, this is going to be for our single locations, because for multi-locations, it'll be by shop, and you'll get to see where these appointments are going to from, what shop they're going to. For this one specifically, for the by source, it's just going to be where these appointments are coming from, whether they're coming from your website, from your Google button, Google ad, Facebook ad, or any other online platforms, as I mentioned earlier. And then the by weekday pie chart's just going to be what day of the week those appointments are getting booked. So Monday, we have them from Monday through Sunday. Obviously, would have them on the days that your shop is open. And then over here on the right-hand side, we have two tabs. We have the notification sent and leads followed up. So notification sent, obviously we're always going to see a high number here because this is going to be the total number of notifications that's being sent out to both your customers and internally. So we do have a section that you guys have an email and the notification setup page. Well, let me jump into that so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. But on the notification setup page, we do have an admin section here. And this is the email that we would have for you guys to receive new appointments that come through and then new leads that come through. So every time that there's a new appointment and new lead, you guys will get notified via email, and that number will also appear on this section. For the leads that have been followed up, obviously we do have a lead section that I will dive in deeper, but these are going to be the leads that come through and you guys have been able to follow up with them. And then we also have a journey bar graph. So over on this graph, it's just going to show you each step that each of your customers and leads have completed in the scheduling tool. So obviously the blue ones are going to be for the ones that have been completed. And this little green that we see in here is where they left off, those leads that where they left off, excuse me. And as you can see here in the appointments page, you'll be able to kind of understand what I'm talking about. So if we have an appointment, a customer that's trying to make an appointment, they go through, what their issue is, what service they need, they enter their phone number, and then for whatever reason they drop off, that'll be classified as a lead. And then again, I'll dive into leads in our third page. But now going into the appointments page, for some of you that are using a shop management system, it'll be synced here. And that way we're able to pull real-time availability and push those AutoOps appointments through. So over here, we'll have all the information on AutoOps appointments that come through. So start date, that would be the appointment date. And then over here on the right-hand side where it says created at, it's going to be when that appointment was made, right? So over here, you can filter them out by customer or phone number. Obviously, we'll also have more information on, the vehicle, the service that they selected, and the type of transportation if your shop offers. If we want to, get more information on a specific appointment, we can always click on the details option here, right below actions. And again, it just expands the information more. So it'll give you more information on the appointment, customer info. So first, last name, phone number, email, and address if you guys do require that. Same thing, vehicle info, marketing data. So where this appointment was booked through, the service that is requested. So again, it'll give you the estimated minutes, issue description, and any comments that they might have left. And then media uploads. So every service that is on our issue tree, they're always going to end with a comment box where customers have the option of attaching any images or videos. So if they do attach any media, it'll be provided right here. And then one more thing, if you guys need to save, you guys want to save this in a CSV file, you can click here on Export CSV, select the date range that you would like to save this information, but just know that we do have a maximum of 31 days per export. So just an FYI there. Right, then now moving on to leads, which this is going to be a very important page. It'll give you all the information on leads that come through on this scheduler. And we always recommend having a team member track these leads as they come in, so your shop's able to follow up with them immediately. So as you can see here, leads, we break them down between partial booking leads and exit form leads. For the partial booking leads, the way I describe these are going to be those customers that go through the scheduler. They enter their phone number, but they exit out of the booking process after entering their phone number. So all that information will be saved here. As you can see, it'll show you the customer progress. So for instance, let's take Stephen Faithful. He completed 50% of the appointment. So right here, we can see all the information that they entered. So issue description, they need an oil change. They're an existing customer, so we'll get their phone number and email, the vehicle information. But as you can see here, selected time and transportation requests, they both say NA because that's where they dropped from this scheduler, so they weren't able to enter this information. But to follow up with them, we do have this section right here on the right-hand side where you can add a reason for incomplete booking, whether that would be desired time wasn't available, difficulty booking the appointment, scheduled through another way, scheduled with another repair shop, or other. So you can enter as many notes as you want here. And then you have the option of either closing the lead after you follow up with them or not. Closing the lead would just give you the option to open it back up in the future. Deleting it won't give you that option. So like I said, once you followed up with them, you're more than welcome to just click follow up here. And then that information will also be provided in the shop stats. Over here too, we're able to see the customer progress, at least, for any of them. For the vehicle selected, we can differentiate between waiter versus drop off and then time slot selected, and no more than how many days old you prefer to take a look at. Then we have our exit form leads. So these are going to be the customers that also went through your scheduler, but they didn't get far enough to enter their phone number. So whatever information that they entered prior to that phone number, it will be saved here, right? So this one's a test. I'm going to do this second one. So whenever they exit out, they will receive a pop-up form that'll ask them for their name, email, and any questions that they might have for your shop. So for instance, we see one here that says, do you do EV work? Again, same thing. It'll be, you can add any follow-up notes here. And then I can show you again, I think I already went through this, but let me show you how that pop-up form would look like. So let's say I go back to on the scheduler, I select the service, click next, and then I'm going to exit. This is the box that they would get. So again, they would enter their name, email, and any questions that they might have for your shop for you guys to follow up with them accordingly. And like I said, best practice here would just be to follow up with both of them, just to be sure that you're able to get them on the schedule if possible. All right, then moving on to our next page, we have our marketing links. So this is the page where we can create customizable QR codes and marketing links for your shop that'll take your customers directly to that scheduler. For the QR codes, the way I like to describe them, it'll be for anything that's printable. So you want to have the QR code, for mass mailers, business cards, oil change stickers, anything that can be in your shop for customers to pull up their phone and scan it directly from their phone. For the marketing links, I typically like recommending that for anything that is online. So if you want to have a marketing link on your Facebook page or an Instagram post where customers are able to directly click on that link and it'll take them to that scheduler. But as you can see here, we already have a few of them selected. But if you want to create, let's say, a marketing campaign, you can create here, click on where it says create marketing link. You can select if you want it to be a QR code or a link. You can type in the name of that marketing campaign. And then URL destination page will always have it set for your website and then automatically open that scheduler. But if you have another page that your scheduler is available, you're more than welcome to add that here. We'll just want to make sure that the auto open AutoOps online scheduling tool is turned on so that scheduler can automatically pop up. And then lead source, you can type in where, what page it's going to, whether that's a Facebook page or an Instagram page. And then you can also type in the name of the campaign right here. The cool thing about, both of these QR codes and marketing links is that they are trackable. So let's say I'm going to take the oil change one, since it's the very first one here, and I'm going to click on the little arrow under actions. And over here, it'll give you guys all the information on how many scans, how many leads, and how many bookings are coming directly from this QR code. Same thing here. If you want to just break it down even further and see and choose the dates that you want to track these to, you can select, let's say, January 1st and end week. I'm going to do it to our current week, so March 9th, and that is Friday. And it'll give you information in there as well. Per week, it's going to be a similar graph as what we saw on the shop stats page. It'll just have 3 graphs here where you can see the scans, the leads, and the bookings. Same thing. If you just want to focus on the scans, you can just check off the other ones or vice versa. Same thing with the links. So if we click on the details for this one, it'll let you know how many link clicks, leads, and bookings come directly from that link. Same thing here. If you want to just customize or select a specific date range, you can. And then we also have a watch tutorial page. I believe I mentioned this earlier, but if you ever need to refer back or have any questions regarding any of these pages, you can always refer to this watch tutorial page right here. Marketing. And it'll give you a breakdown of what, each page does and how you can maximize them. All right, and then our last page here on our general part, we have the notifications page. So this will show you the history of all the texts that are sent to customers. So the first column here is when they were sent out, and this will depend on your notification settings and when the customer booked their appointment. So the way that we break them down are going to be here by status. So we have the pending, queued, completed, and failed. For pending and queued, that's going to be for those that are about to go out. So if a customer made an appointment, for tomorrow, they made it today, but for tomorrow, then they would have a pending or queued notification to be sent out, depending on the reminder text that you guys set up. Completed, it's going to be for those that were already sent. And then failed, it could be 2 things. One, they might have unsubscribed from receiving text messages. And second, there's probably an invalid digit or it's an invalid number that can't receive any messages. So in the case that, you have a customer that comes into your shop and says something along the lines that, oh, I never received, a confirmation or a reminder text, you can also look them up here. So you can type their first or last name and see what exactly happened. And then if we scroll a little bit down to the right-hand side, again, it'll give you guys the appointment time, the type of job that they're receiving. So you'll get to see their vehicle information and the specific service that they're requesting, and then the notification content. So you'll get to see if it's a reminder text or a confirmation text as well. So before I move on to some of our pro features that are available on this general section, I just want to make sure that there are not any questions regarding any of these 5 pages that I went over. Feel free to drop it in the comment box. We also have, and I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but we also have another team member that's moderating the chat. So you guys feel free to ask any questions. In the case that you do have a question that does need further review, our team will get back to you within the next 24 hours. All right. Okay, perfect. All right, so moving on to some of our pro features that are available on this general side. The first one that we'll get to see is the calendar page. So again, this is one of our pro features that's available to our pro members. And this is where you can customize how you want your calendar to appear, right? So we have these two icons here on the upper left-hand side where you can filter the appointments by calendar, by color, I'm sorry. And as you can see here, we already have some that are entered. So we have orange for AC and heat, red for brakes, green for engine work, blue for maintenance, oil change, waiter, etc. Label, if it's a drop off or waiter. Progress, 10%, 20% car and shop, 50% work in progress, waiting for parts and repair completed, service advisor, and then technician. So for those that do have this calendar page, there is a calendar setup page here under general, which I will also touch base in a second, where you can make those configurations. So if you need to create any color options, you can go here. Same thing with the job labels, same thing with the progress options, technicians, service advisors, and then some general settings. But I'll dive into that in just a second. But back in the calendar page here, you can also filter the technician column. So if you just want to look at a specific technician, you can just select the ones that you do want to view. If not, you can just leave it as is. We also have different views. So if you want to just look at the calendar by day, by week, by month, then you also have the option to selecting that view. And over here on the right-hand side, we also have where you can manually add any blockers into the calendar. So right now, the first one that we have is a calendar note. So this one specifically will not affect scheduling availability. It's just for any notes that you want for your team to have regarding anything that's going on throughout the day. But we also have a schedule blocker here. So if you need to block your calendar for customers for a specific period of time, you can select the start date time. So if you want to, let's say, select today and ends on 9th, you can go ahead and add any internal notes. And some advanced options that you guys also have here would be to select appointment type. So if this applies only to waiters or drop-offs or everybody, or existing customers or new customers or everybody. And then we also have schedule blocker repeating. So typically we see these for lunch hours. So if you have a set block throughout the day that you guys won't take any appointments, whether that is a lunch hour or just a little break that you guys like to take in between, you can select it right here. You can select the days that you would like to have that blocker to be in and the times. Some of our more advanced options, if you just don't want to keep it forever, if you just want it to be, let's say, for just a month itself, you can select here, start on March 1st, and then end on the 31st. Same thing here, if you wanted to apply it to only waiters or drop-offs or new and existing customers. Calendar note, we went through that, but one of the most popular blockers that we have is the holiday blockers. So over here, if your shop is going to be closed any of these US holidays, they will all appear right here. So all you got to do is just go one by one with the select the holidays that your shop will be closed, and then they will renew every year. So yes, you would have to go individually one by one through them, but they will renew every year. So you would only have to do that once. And then appointment, if you just want to manually just add an appointment here, you can just click on add appointment, select the type of service that is going to be, any customer comments, customer info, vehicle information, if they have any deferred work, if they're gonna drop off their vehicle or wait on it, the time, and then transportation requests if that's something that you guys offer. Then if you want to add a service advisor here, you can. All right, and then moving on to our customers page over here on the general side. So if you guys don't have a shop management system, this is going to be the page that's going to appear on your dashboard. And essentially what we see here is just going to be a list of all the customers that have made appointments through AutoOps. All the information will be saved here. So if you ever need to refer back to a customer, you can. Right? So we have their first name, last name, phone number, when this was created. And then if we need further details on each of these, we can click on that arrow and it'll just expand it for us. All right. And then AutoOps voice. So another one of our popular features, just to go over what AutoOps voice is if you don't already know, this would be an add-on to your current phone system for whenever you guys are super busy throughout the day. So you guys are having overflow calling or any customers that call after hours and they want to make an appointment, they're able to do so through text message. So with AutoOps voice, we will send them a text message. It'll take them directly to your scheduler where they can make any appointments. But this page specifically, it'll just give us all the information on voicemails that come through as well as call history. So for instance, voicemails, I'm going to expand one that we have here. So it'll give you a voicemail analysis. So again, it'll give you a full transcription, a summary, the name of the customer that called, their callback number. If they left any information on their vehicle information, it'll be here, and sentiment, which is pretty cool. It'll give you kind of like the how that voicemail sounded for you guys to follow up or not. But same thing, it'll have follow-up notes here that you can save and follow up with. And then call history over here is just going to be the list of all the people that did call. So again, same thing, you can expand and it'll give you more information on that. All right, so now we're going to dive into our general page here. We'll begin with shop details. So this is all the information that we are going to pull from your shop, which that will be the shop name, phone number, website, address, and so forth. So I also recommend if you guys notice something on your dashboard that is incorrect, please let us know so we can make those changes accordingly for you, or you also have the option on making those changes in here. Then shop hours here. So these are going to be the days and the times that your shop will be open. So over with these sliders, you can adjust them accordingly. So if your shop is open Monday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., you can just extend it here. If your shop is only open on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. in this case, you can adjust those. And just an FYI here, this won't affect your availability hours. This is just more so of a general shop hours. Notification setup. So over on this page, what we are going to look at is just going to be the format of the notifications that are being sent out to your customers, right? So whenever they book an appointment, they would receive a confirmation text. And in this specific format, we would have the reminder text. So you can select how many reminders you want to send into your customers regarding their appointment time. So right now we have 30 minutes before shop opens and 2 days out. If you wish to add another one, there's an option right here that says add notification. And then on type, you can select how many days out you like to send that reminder. We also have right after booking. So whenever they finish booking their appointment through the AutoOps scheduler, you can select that one and it'll send them a notification right away. Over here on the admin section, which I touched base on this earlier. So you can add the email of any team members that you have in the shop that you would like for them to receive notifications on new appointments that come through, new leads, and new voicemails if you're a pro member. So just an FYI here. And we also have, if you need to send alerts for partially booked, completed bookings, you can. You can also turn on add appointment details to subject line and then send email notifications to admin when appointment is booked internally. All right, and then in our next page, we have the partner app. So pretty simple here. If you work with any of these providers, you can enable them. So it's pretty simple. Typically, you can just click on the enable option. It'll ask for a ID, and then it'll get you synced up with them. Calendar setup. So what I was touching base earlier with your calendar. So if you need to customize your calendar that's best tailored to your shop, you can. So as you can see here, you can create color options, which we already have some set in place, as I mentioned earlier, for brakes, engine work, AC and heat, oil change, maintenance, and waiter. We also can make some conditions here. So right now we do have service name contains the word or value brake, then we would automatically classify that as a brake. Same thing, else if service name contains the word oil, it'll be classified as an oil change. So if you have certain values or keywords that you like to associate them with the service, you can add those conditions here. Same thing for job labels. So right here, if you want to differentiate between waiter and drop off, you can add these icons right here. Same thing for progress options. So I know each shop has, different progress reports. So if you have one specifically that you would like to add here, you can just create progress option, select the label, and then the percentage. Technicians. So if you do have a shop management system that is linked, they will show up here. All you would have to do is just add them here into AutoOps so they can, save. Same thing with service advisors, and then some general settings that we have here. So you can turn on and off these whenever you prefer, but allow appointment booked at custom times, gray out any non-operating hours, hide non-operating hours. For standard issues, select an appointment creation and a required email address for new customers. Okay, and then AutoOps voice. So as I mentioned, this is one of our most popular pro features. So I would like to play the greeting, but I don't think it's going to play. But essentially, the voicemail, what essentially it says is, "Thank you for calling Stevens Auto Weekend, repair shop. We're unavailable to take your call right now. If you'd like to make an appointment, press 1, and we will send you a link to book the appointment through text message. If you'd like to shop directions to our shop, then please press 2. We will send you a navigation link. Press 3 if you're in need of, towing or roadside assistance, and we will connect you with our towing partner. And then the last one that we have is for them to leave a voicemail if they have to leave a voicemail. So these are going to be the primary handlers, and then secondary call handlers. And the way that this would work, since it's an add-on and not actually would replace your phone system, this would work through call forwarding. So whatever phone system you guys use, you can enable call forwarding to whatever number we have provided for you here. We also do have a text message section here, and you can see how those text messages, whenever they click that they need shop directions, or if they click that they want to book an appointment, you can see how that would look like here. And if you need to make any edits, you can always click on the pencil icon here and make those changes accordingly. Then moving on to our users page. So this is going to be the list of people that will have access into the dashboard. So if you have any of your team members that you would like to give them access here, you can always create user, add their email, and select what role you would like them to have. So if you want them to have full ownership of everything, if you just want them to take a look at the appointments, leads, marketing links, etc., you can select the type of access that you would like to give them. And then last but not least, we have our site setup page. So nothing for you guys to worry about here. If you are a customer that's currently in onboarding, this would be the code that we would send to your website provider or yourself if you handle your own website to add the scheduler. But one thing that I like to highlight here is the book a test appointment option that is offered here. So if you want to play around with your scheduler, see how it would look like from a customer's perspective before going live, you can. That way, if you notice that you need to make any changes, you can always go back to your scheduling tool and make those changes accordingly. So that is it for our general section. If anyone has any questions regarding any of these pages that I went over, please feel free to drop a comment or a question in the comment box. I'll be more than glad to get that answered for you. But for those that came in a little bit late, I do want to highlight the help center that we have on every page. So if you click on this little question mark, it'll expand. You click on it, and we have different ways for you to contact us. You can reach out to us by phone number. This our support email, or if you need faster support, you can live chat with us. And then we also have our resource center here, where one, you can get a step-by-step onboarding. We also offer different articles, videos, and guides that can help you, get through the dashboard if you have any specific questions regarding any of the pages. We also have our AutoOps user network. So if you're on Facebook and want to join us there, you can. Tutorials on how to add AutoOps on your website, how to add users, how to customize your issue tree, and how lead management works. Product updates. So we're always launching new updates. So if you want to stay up to date on all of our new features, you can. All these are going to appear here. So please feel free to take advantage of this page. For our webinars, they're all going to be here. So for our upcoming ones, you can enroll here. And if you missed any of our previous webinars, you can also go back here and select the one that you want to view. And like I said earlier, if you're interested in CRM, we are merged with Steer. So please feel free to book a quick demo if you haven't already. But aside from that, that is all we have for today. I do appreciate you guys taking the time to join me this afternoon. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your onboarding rep. We'll do our best to get that resolved for you quick and as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.